leave your message for 971.
Hello, Susan, it's Sean. Cops came and harassed me about that stalker guy last night. I tried calling it in. I got talked over again, as usual. So I'm calling you in the hopes you might be able to help me to turn that in. I can't just keep taking abuse and run around in circles. Anyway, I know it's Thursday, so ma'am, these people won't stop hurting me. That piece of shit last night wanted to just talk over me, change the subject. The great thing about it is I recorded the piece of shit. The so fortunate thing is, I can't turn it in alone. That's the problem with being an at-risk and disabled adult on the streets. You can't turn something in alone. Now, you might get lucky. The cops might not like somebody. And if they don't like somebody, oh yeah, they'll help you. Mandy Hughes sings about that. Mandy, singer as well. About how cops helped them out when they didn't like somebody. Isn't that par for the course? Now, as far as these youngins here wanting me to feel bad for them, I don't have the ability to feel bad for them. When they're acting like fucksious little knockheads. When it comes to abuse at home, yeah, I can feel bad for them about that. I don't feel bad for them when they're tearing shit up in the parking lot every night. Now, the situation as it stands is when a crime is committed against me, it needs to be turned in right away. The situation with Susan being a witness to that. Even when I'm not there, that man pulls up to my car and fucking honks my horn and fucking yells at it. Fuck this dude. Meanwhile, I can't go to any of the services here. They're all too busy trying to make a profit. See, it don't come down to them doing their jobs as government employees. It comes down to them getting fucking paid for doing as little as fucking possible. The American way. On the bright side, some people I know speak out. People like me. Mostly me. This man stalked me all the way from Hood River, and to this day, not one person has helped me to turn him in. On the bright side, out of all of the witnesses, literally dozens and dozens of witnesses that don't give a shit, at least Susan showed some willingness yesterday to help turn this in after her encounter. Anyway, I'm going to get out and start my car and get started about my day. But I have to worry about doing that. I have to worry about more retaliation from cops and more retaliation from that fucking racist old guy. Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it. See, y'all want to talk about how you're too busy, too busy, too busy, too busy. You know what? You spend 10 times as much time talking about being busy as it would have taken to help the victim to begin with. And that's what makes you all shitty people. Who cares what anybody else is going through? You're more important than everybody else. But then you end up alone because it's just you. Anyway, Susan has a life of her own. When somebody is being victimized, you're supposed to help them to turn it in right away. With most people, they don't have time, they don't have time, they don't have time. And then they want to see every little detail. But they don't stop to understand what resources it takes to send them every little detail, just to them, just singularly for them, because they're going to help, and then they don't. The biggest issue that I had with people helping me is that they weren't helping me. They were telling me if I jumped through all these hoops that I'd get help. And all these hoops cost money, and I jumped through those hoops. And there's no help. Because I have to do it alone, which I have been explaining since day one. If you go in alone, you're more likely to be denied services. It's no joke. No matter what service it is, if you go in alone, you are more likely to be ignored, to be victimized, to be chastised by the places you're supposed to go to get help. If you're a male, you are a lot less likely to get hurt. That's why men don't go to the police in most situations, because the cops don't listen to us. We got dicks. We have zero fucking rights. Now this guy has stalked me from Hood River. What options do I have for stopping him? Literally just running him over. That's about my only fucking option for stopping him. Because cops aren't going to do a goddamn thing for me without a friend or family member speaking up. And although there were dozens of witnesses to the shit with Molly, and dozens of witnesses to the shit with this sick fuck from Hood River, the fact is, all of you are fucking pieces of shit because none of you take it seriously. It's just fucking entertainment to you. I couldn't be more disgusted with humanity if I wanted to be. Now that fucking stalker gets to stalk me wherever the fuck he wants for over a year and a half, and not one goddamn pig would do their goddamn job! God bless America and all that, right? Fucking pieces of shit. People want to talk about respect, but they don't know what the fuck it is. They certainly don't show it, but they think that they're owed it. Yesterday, I should have tried to talk her into helping me to turn it in right away. That's what I should have done. But my experiences with trying that before were not good, even with her. That doesn't make her a bad person. That doesn't make her evil. The thing is, I can't just keep taking this abuse. I can't just keep trying to depend on women who are just going to pretend like everything is worse because they're women. They have it worse because they're women. Now with Susan, she doesn't treat me like that, does she? No, she doesn't. Matter of fact, she's even acknowledged that she's got things a bit lighter because she's a woman. But not in every scenario. Not in every situation. There are places in this town that if she tried to get a job there, they wouldn't give her the job because she's female. I could probably get the job because I'm male, but I couldn't do the work because my back is screwed. But I could still get the job. I just wouldn't be able to keep it. There are some jobs where they're going to look at her and assume that she's better off with the job than I am, whether it's true or not. When it comes to a waiter or waitressing position, a woman's more likely to get that position. And that's not always true, just in most cases. Now we get to deal with different stuff regionally. In some places you gotta deal with racism, some places you gotta deal with sexism, some places you gotta deal with both. Oh, there's a good one. Between these four, I could definitely roll myself a cigarette. I guess there's 5 of them there. Those are all nice. Very nice. Very nice. Now, Susan yesterday, she got to see that guy harassing my vehicle. Like I said, it's not just me. I do have to worry about people doing shit to my vehicle. Because people have a history of doing shit to my vehicle. And the longer it takes to turn this shit in, the more it's going to get buried under more evidence. Evidence that I'm trying to get help. Trying to get help so I don't have to turn it in alone. That is the number one worst thing that you can do for the victim, is make them turn it in alone. they will get blown off, and then it's 100 times harder to get a goddamn thing done because the cops already broke the law, and now they're not interested in following the law because they don't get in trouble themselves. Most of the cops here are prison bound if anybody bothers. On the bright side, at least I try. It's just the fact of being alone doing this. People want to tell you what to think and what to feel. They don't stop to recognize that you're telling them important things. Like when I explain to a woman that I'm a man, if I go to talk to the cops, I'm going to get blown off. There's a lot of women who claim that they understand that, but then they blow me off in exactly the same way. Many of the women out here, there's guys who are with women who are horrible to them. But why are they with those women? Because at least they're not alone. Safety out here on the streets ain't just for women. Coupling up ain't just to protect women. That protects the men too. There have been many female bullies, like Shea Burton, that some pretty big goddamn predators hid behind. Her ex-husband, Theo, one shining example. But oh, poor me, I'm a girl, I got kids. I don't fall for that one. I just go along with the ride. Because the kids are important. Their lives are important. And although the chances are pretty good that you're probably the predator in the situation, you're not making it any better for your kids by staying. I gotta try to go in alone to do this stuff, and that's not okay. It is unsafe for me to try to turn in any of this stuff alone. And with the attitudes from the cops, no, this ain't okay. Not even close. I'm down to half a tank of gas again. I still don't have anybody helping me with any of this. I have not had a case manager since Tamara left. Quit her job in 2017. 2017, yeah. I was going to say it might have been 2016, but it wasn't. Cops think that they ignore me, talk over me, talk in circles, that magically makes everything alright, and it don't. None of this is alright. As far as me and Susan not turning it in right away yesterday, I'm glad that she got a hold of me to let me know. And I'm glad I got it recorded on my YouTube channel in case something happens to her or in case something happens to me. But the thing is, the cops need to stop this bullshit. This refusing to look at any evidence, refusing to allow me access to the things I need in order to do what they're asking. How can I do what they're asking when they keep taking all of my resources? When I'm forced to maintain this shit, to try to turn in the goddamn evidence of abuse against me when nobody helps. Nobody helps. Nobody ever helps. Not one person has ever helped to actually turn this shit in. The people who said that they would, what do? They end up fucking bullshitting me for months or even years on end. Oh, I don't understand. Well, that's because you're not fucking going through it and you're not fucking listening. How the fuck are you gonna know what the fuck is going on if you don't fucking listen? This is not goddamn rocket science. The police have not only ignored the abuse against me, they have taken part in it. Do you not fucking get that? While you want to talk about you're poor this and you're poor that and your fucking rights, you have rights, you dumb son of a bitch. I don't. I'm hoping that Susan gets back a hold of me and can take the time to help me to turn this in, because this abuse isn't just from this asshole from Hood River. It's also from the fucking police. See, here's the thing. If I call it in with a friend or family member and record it, and the cops don't do their fucking jobs, then that friend or family member can help me to turn it in right away. That's kind of what fucking friends are for, ain't they? If your friends are only your friends when you give them shit, they're not your fucking friends. When they're always too busy when you need help, they were never your friends. Let me tell you how proud I am to be an American. End of story. End of story. On the bright side, I've got enough change here, hopefully, to get a cup of coffee. Probably ain't what I should be spending the money on. When it comes to people at the First Christian Church, when it comes to Eileen and her daughters, and the abuse by Farnsworth, all this time, they could have helped me to turn that in. To this day, they could still help me to turn that in. Will they? Probably not. They'll probably say shit like, oh, well, I don't understand why you don't just let it go. I don't get to let it go. This is the way that I'm treated every time a crime is committed against me. Every fucking time. I get talked over and fucking blown off. Now I gotta deal with that fucking stalker from Hood River here still, because cops don't want to do their jobs. There's no such thing as a good cop. Kind of like there's no such thing as a good soldier. Most of my fellow countrymen are cowards. There's a lot of idiots want to tell me about their military service, like I owe them. There are veterans who fight for our rights. There is not a single soldier in this country who's fighting for a goddamn right that we have. Not one. Of course, most of those rights are gone now, because our soldiers are cowards. Take me to Tillamook Library.
Tillamook County Library. All right.
Oh, now it's working. Come on now. Yes. Here's the thing. I should have had a fucking protection order against this guy all the way in fucking Hood River. There should have been a protection order against this man when I first got here. They want to pawn me off onto Tides of Change. I've already been to Tides of Change. They didn't do a goddamn thing to help me. They wasted my fucking time. That's what they fucking did. Lady Monica played fucking retarded over and over and over again, and I finally had to put my fucking foot down and say, hey, I am being abused. I need help turning it in. And then she went out of her way to make sure that I didn't have the resources to turn it in. That's not on me when people like Monica make decisions like that. Legally, that was the wrong decision for her to fucking make.
Head west on Wilson River Loop toward US 101 North, then turn left onto US 101 South. Turn left onto US 101 South Main Avenue.
All cops are bad. And no cop in the entirety of this has proven me wrong. Every single cop has shown me to be right. Just because you're a girl and you get special treatment by cops doesn't mean that when a man is abused by cops that it didn't happen because girls are pampered by fucking cops. On the bright side, I am still speaking up.
Continue on US 101 South for 1 mile.
When this shit happens to people, I offer to help them turn it in. I'm also aware of how important it is to do so right away. When you're a homeless and at-risk adult, especially if you're male, you have to have someone go in with you, and they have to actually care. And how do you show that you actually care about the victim? You help them turn it in right away, instead of making excuses for 7 years. When you're busy making suggestions, you're not busy trying to find out what's going on. If you don't care what's going on, then how the fuck are you going to help the victim? And why the fuck would you call him friend if you're not willing to find out what's going on? They got to turn in abuse, but you don't even care that they're being abused. You don't care what kind of abuse. You're busy with the, oh, well, I'm too busy. No, you're not. No, none of you are too busy. When you care, you make the time.
Turn right onto 2nd Street, then your destination will be on the left.
Otherwise, the victim has to go to it, go through it over and over and over again. All it would have taken to put a fucking stop to this is one goddamn friend or family member who actually gave a shit.
Take the next left onto 3rd Street, then turn left onto Ivy Avenue.
Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it.
Take the next right onto 4th Street, then turn right onto Grove
Car is
Avenue.
here. Our car is here. doesn't have much gas, so she parks her car here and rides the bus. Gas is fucking expensive. My stalker's name is James Murphy. He's the stalker from Hood River. He's also not the only stalker.
The number you dialed has been changed, disconnected, or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. Announcement 2. Welcome to Verizon Wireless. The number you dialed has been...
Well, that's the way life goes. Being out on the streets, people end up losing their phones, getting lost or stolen, end up not paying the bill. You don't get to keep your number in that situation. The cops had a job to do. One fucking job, and they couldn't even fucking do it. Couldn't even do that one job. Fuck, this fucking country sucks. Anyway, I should probably go up the mountain and get my bear mace. I got half a tank of gas. Got to do a bunch of running around to try to avoid fucking predators. See, that's the thing about the cops not doing anything about these predators and nobody else giving a shit. Did the Scudder family actually give a shit? No, if they actually give a shit, I wouldn't have had to wait for 3 fucking hunting seasons to end. Scott Scudder still hasn't come forward about it. Neither is Jared, neither is Kara. And none of these people bothered to go in with me and try to explain what a situation I'm in. What would you do if it was a friend or family member who was going through this? Yeah, that's the help that an at-risk fucking adult needs. The help that a friend or family member who actually cared would give. If your brother called you today and said, hey man, I'm being assaulted by some fucking junkie whore and her friends, what would you do? Jesus fucking Christ, we live in a fucked up goddamn country. Gonna send Susan another message. Susan, the cops came and harassed me last night over that stalker from Hood River. He didn't have to do a damn thing. They gave him everything that he wanted. Nobody to this day has helped me to turn this stuff in. And I should have gone in yesterday. It was a very bad day yesterday. I should have gone in and talked to you yesterday and tried to convince you to help turn it in right away. Just fucking overwhelmed. Anyway, that's not your fault. But the thing is, I'm getting harassed by this guy, and the cops, obviously, after literally doing nothing about this guy except blowing me off for the last year, now they served me papers against this guy. Wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. Fucking wanted to throw things into my vehicle. You know, I can't just keep taking this. They're literally trying to push me to commit suicide. The cops came and harassed me last night over that stalker from Hood River. He didn't have to do a damn thing. They gave him everything that he wanted. Nobody to this day has helped me to turn this stuff in. And I should have gone in yesterday. It was a very bad day yesterday. I should have gone in and talked to you yesterday and tried to convince you to help turn it in right away. Just fucking overwhelmed. Anyway, that's not your fault. But the thing is, I'm getting harassed by this guy, and the cops, obviously, after literally doing nothing about this guy except blowing me off for the last year, and now they served me papers against this guy, wouldn't leave me the fuck alone, fucking wanted to throw things into my vehicle. You know, I can't just keep taking this. They're literally trying to push me to commit suicide. Fuck all of you and your goddamn bullshit. Oh. God, my fucking back is killing me. When somebody's incapable of doing something themselves, bullying them for asking doesn't make them capable of doing it themselves. Not sure if you noticed, but I do bully people back. I don't like being bullied. Oh, fucking Christ. Actually, people get off their ass. I can only imagine when this day comes, when I stand before Jesus, when I am done. I can only imagine. No, still sober. I don't like stalkers. I need more turn in my head. I've already gone there. I can't. Hold up. Coming up. We have 390. Yeah, I thought it was 285. Morning. 12. That guy who's stalking me from Hood River won't leave me alone still. The guy who's stalking me from Hood River won't leave me alone still. I tried to turn it in the top, they just talked over me as they always. When it's a homeless disabled male, you can't make him go on alone. I throw my pennies all over the floor. Right, don't pretend I'm throwing a tantrum. Thanks, ma'am. Oh, I won't need it. I'm broke for a refill. Thank you, though. It's usually the way I do it. Go Broncos. Or Seattle Super Sea Chickens or whoever popular baseball team is. I think they're actually. If they can. Shitty. Yeah, I got a stalker talking here from Hood River. Cops won't do anything about it. They'll come and harass me about it.
Particular guy.
A guy. Thank goodness it's just a guy. If it was a woman, I'd have to deal with her and her friend. Or it's this way to get them.
Yeah. Stop this thing, so cops off, it's not even running. I'll be out there playing, man. Look at this. Look at that.
Alright, well, I'm gonna chug my coffee. I'm gonna go ahead and see if Susan might be in there today. Probably not. She's got stuff she does on Thursdays, but like I said, I don't have anyone to help me with that stuff. Some people don't need it, and I'm glad for that. Women are less likely to need that help because they're more likely to have it already, but that doesn't mean they're getting that help. Just because they're more likely doesn't mean that it's happening for them. A lot of people took advantage of me because shit in their life was fucked up. They didn't do right by me because, well, things in their life weren't perfect. Then they wanted to treat me like I was a horrible person because their life isn't perfect. Like, hey, I help everybody out. Everybody. To the best of my ability, I try to make sure that people are safe, no matter what environment I'm in. But no matter what, without a friend or family member who gives a shit, when you're homeless, you're fucked. And the longer you're out here, the more it fucks you. The longer you have that you don't have a rental history. The longer you have that you're not paying a shit ton of bills that makes them happy. Oh yeah. If you ain't got the money, you ain't got the money. And how are you ever going to have the money when all of your money is spent getting wasted, going to services that don't help you? Services that refuse to help anybody who isn't in a house, who play fucking stupid, who want to push the mentally ill, housing. Yeah, well, you know what? When a crime is committed against me, whether I'm fucking homeless or not, it's still a fucking crime. The problem is these pieces of shit get to use the lack of address in 10,000 different ways when it comes to red fucking tape. Do I want that sicko pedophile fuck coming anywhere near me? Hell no. Do I have a choice? No. Because cops don't do their fucking jobs. It's not that I don't tell people about my predators. I tell people about this shit all day, every day. Are any of them ever going to help me turn it in? No, it's no big deal. Oh, guys, don't go through that. Homeless men are never harmed. No, nobody would ever harm a homeless man. You get to hear how everyone's pretty well nonchalant about this shit. When a man is actually being abused, you're all nonchalant about it. Oh, no big deal. You've got a dick. It's okay. Well, it's not fucking okay.